Yo, what's good, my people? So, from what I've seen, it looks like Gui Santos will be with the Golden State Warriors next season with their full NBA roster. And how do I know this? What makes me think this? Well, new Golden State Warriors rookie Brandon Pajemski posted a picture on Instagram in which it features Gui Santos' locker in the Golden State Warriors locker room. That was not there last season, so it's evident that Gui is going to be with the team this upcoming season. Now, if you didn't know, Gui Santos was drafted by the Golden State Warriors with the 55th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, so last year. And usually with foreign players, they stash them out overseas. But instead of that, Gui Santos spent some time in the G League. Now, this was done because Gui himself said he wanted to acclimate himself to the American culture and American style of play, which shows how dedicated he is because he was earning much less money than he would have earned if he returned and did his stash year over there in Brazil again. But it shows how much Gui wanted to work on his game. Now, this past G League season, Gui averaged around 12 points and 6 rebounds on 50% shooting and 6 rebounds per game. And he really did impress Golden State. He had stints where he was averaging nearly 15, 8 on 40% shooting from 3 and 50 from the field. And I feel like Gui showed the Golden State Warriors brass that he is ready to be a productive NBA player. Now, what Gui showed me is that he's a guy who has great length at 6'8". He plays with energy on both ends of the floor, and he's a very good finisher around the rim. When you have a guy at 6'8" who's a very good slasher, can finish around the rim, can cut, it makes it so much easier to play them and fit them into your system, because those type of players, especially alongside the Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, are very important pieces to have. Now, one thing I like to say about Gui as well, which I'm really impressed with, is his improvement as a three-point shooter. I feel like one thing with him is that he needs to become at least respectable to a consistent level, and I feel like Gui's shown that ability in the G League. So if he can carry that over, I wouldn't be surprised if he was getting some big minutes for the Golden State Warriors next season, or a decent chunk of minutes, because not only does he have the size and length they're looking for, he's also added a more consistent three-point shot to his game, and we know how talented Gui Santos can be. Now, last season in the Summer League, we got to see Gui Santos' wonderful ability. I believe in his first Summer League game, Gui had like 23 points, 5 rebounds and 3 assists, something along those lines. And everyone was almost bewildered with this kind of skill set, because seeing a guy who's 6'8", can handle the ball, athletic, can finish at the rim, was something a lot of fans were excited by, and it's the main reason why the Golden State Warriors drafted him in the first place. I know you guys from Brazil who are rooting for Gui Santos, and I know how good of a player you guys know he can be, but he started to show that more and more in the United States, and further back up the reason why the Golden State Warriors picked him, because it's not a thing where it's going to be a one-year thing. Gui can develop into something special, so why rush him into the fire straight away when you can build him up and develop him to becoming a high-level player? I'm not comparing him to Giannis Antetokounmpo at all, but if you look at Giannis' development, in his first 2 seasons, he wasn't getting that many minutes. Why? Because the Bucks wanted to develop him in the right way, so when he was thrown into the fire, he was ready to be a great contributing piece to that team. Gui could be the same way, maybe not to Giannis' level because Giannis is ridiculous, but the same development model where you hold him back, you develop him right, make sure he gets acclimated to not only just basketball but life in America as a whole. Once he's ready for that, you throw him into the team, and I feel like it's something which has shown great signs as well, because it was rumoured that Gui would spend another year in the G League, but since we're seeing this, it's quite obvious that Mike Dunleavy Jr., who is the new Golden State Warriors GM or President of Basketball Operations, has been very happy with his development and wants to see him with the team, which is a great sign to see. So I'm more than confident that he's going to be playing in Summer League this season again for the Golden State Warriors, and it's imperative that he shows everyone his level of growth and the development he's had this past season, because there's been a lot. I believe he was even in that G League All-Star team, and Gui as a whole just showed everyone how good of a player he is. Like I said, when you're 6'8", can play both ends of the floor, athletic, and have a decent three-point shot, there's always going to be a role for you in today's NBA, and it's all about Gui finding that role, and when he gets the opportunity, taking it with 2 hands, because there's a lot of potential to be a great NBA player, and in my opinion, there's definitely a role in the Golden State Warriors for him. So this Summer League, I think the Warriors are looking out for him to show his ability to score the ball, off the ball as well, cutting, because if he cuts, that's something that's going to be beneficial next to the likes of Chris Paul, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Also his spot-up shooting ability, and when Gui furthermore reinforces that, it's going to be a very key factor for the Golden State Warriors to think, okay, cool, let's put this guy in our constant rotation. Alongside that, Gui's also a good defender and a good rebounder, so it's a thing where there's benefit to having his size and length on the floor, and he's not a guy who's 6'8" and can't move. He's incredibly mobile for that 6'8" frame, and he moves extremely well. So you can slow him in at the 2, in my opinion, or the 3, so shooting guard or small forward, and he'll do a very good job. So Gui is definitely a guy which I'm excited to see on the Golden State Warriors next year. I believe the Golden State Warriors are excited to see his development, and in my opinion, he'll be a perfect fit for what they're trying to do. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Gui Santos. I believe they spent the right amount of time trying to develop him in the G League, and next season is the year where you start to see his development even more at the NBA level, and it's time to give him an opportunity. But I want to hear you guys' opinion in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What type of player do you think Gui Santos will become, and what type of role do you think he'll have next season? Let me know all of that stuff in the comment section down below. But you know what, guys, thank you so much for listening to this video right here. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.